G'day. Welcome to Rumble's Fish Room. Um, me being me, I forgot to schedule the live stream last night, so might be a bit of a slow start here, but we'll see if we get some people on. Last night was actually the first time I've been to a party since COVID, so as you can imagine, waking up to my alarm wasn't the greatest thing. Oh, yes, Scott, you win. Oh, I'm sure you can imagine how good my head feels right now. Let's get this shared out on some pages. Hopefully we still get 30 odd viewers. If you're watching the replay, guys, the Patreon raffle will be at the 30-minute mark, and I've got a pen. As usual, we're going to wing it. I generally manage to find all the stuff to make a raffle in the drawer without getting up. Unfortunately, we still can't go in the fish room while being live because I haven't got my Wi-Fi connected still. So, basically, my fish room is like a bunker. It's a complete dead zone. Not only do I not get Wi-Fi, I don't get mobile reception, which is, if anybody knows about my Wi-Fi, my access point is over $200, and the reason I spent so much is just is because I just wanted some internet access inside my fish room. Oh, Matty D, I feel pretty shit, but that's all right. We're here. I missed last week. Apologies. It was completely out of my control. I worked all weekend, so not last week, last fortnight. And I did like an 80-hour week, and you probably noticed on YouTube it really affected the channel, and also I didn't even think to get someone to fill in for my time slot, which is a bad thing on my part. I know Blake or somebody would have taken it. Oh, g'day, Pugs. Thanks. Maybe we should do a bit more sharing. Have you guys noticed I've been trying to push myself to share the page out a bit more on Facebook? Try get it growing a bit more again. Can't even think of what pages to put on. Have I got Yoshi here for some reason? I'm actually not quite sure why he's even out of his cage already, but he's here. Hey, buddy. He hasn't been my friend lately. All of a sudden one day he decided he doesn't want me to pick him up. So if I try to put him in his cage, he hops on my hand and then flies off. The joys of having a bird. So the only way we can get the bird into the cage at the moment is because my missus can't pick him up. We've actually either got to throw a towel over him or lure him in with food. What do you want to talk about, guys? Should I talk about what's coming up on the channel? So we're going to fill the ply tanks. I'm pretty much leaving them for as long as I possibly can. The room still smells like fiberglass resin, so I kind of want that smell to go away, because once that smell goes away, that's when I know it's fully cured. The fiberglass resin actually needs UV rays to cure, and they're obviously not outside in the sun, so it's just going to take a little bit longer. I've actually got black lights, but I don't know if they would do anything. Like, I don't think they're only like 36 watts. I don't think they would put out enough UV to like help with the curing. but it's a possibility. I was just going to ask on a vlog one day. I know there's a couple of people into their fiberglassing that watch. What else is coming up on the channel? Somebody who we know very well on this channel has asked me to build a paludarium. So it's up in the air whether I'm going to build the whole thing or just build the carcass and then he'll fiberglass it. But that's another hint there, fiberglass. So it's not glass. We've just got to work out. I want to build the whole thing so I can put it on the channel. And he's saying, don't be silly. He doesn't want me to put that much time into it, that he'll learn how to fiberglass. But I think a paludarium, it's only like 100, 200 mil deep of water. I don't think I would use glass fibers. I would just use resin and tape the corners. That's the one. Blake, how are you? Zen Ginger. The head's definitely there. I can feel it. What are you up to, Blake? Swing me a message if you're interested in joining. As usual, I didn't plan I didn't even make a scheduled stream. I really failed this time, guys. I got too excited about seeing all my friends and forgot to do it last night. And I even said to myself I was going to put the schedule up so that way it forced me to get out of bed. But hey, I'm here. I didn't even schedule it and I still got out of bed. So what was I saying? Filling the ply tanks with water. What else? We're going to put fish in the ply tanks. Now, Ryan from Korean Pet Central is coming over today and he's trying to buy some fish off me that I really don't want to sell. But if I do sell them, it's going to free up a 2.5 foot cube. So I could be moving fish around today, which will affect what I'm putting in the ply tanks. One of the ply tanks is becoming a display. I'll let you know that much. Ryan and a fellow YouTuber, Hood's Fishes, they've actually donated the fish for one of the 9-foots. Completely donated. So I'm probably going to get a couple of Korean Pet Central stickers on the tank, and it can be the Korean Pet Central tank, maybe. G'day, Gina. Maybe later. Oh, that's all good. I just thought I'd put the offer out. Like, so one thing I've got to decide with the ply tanks is if I'm making a display tank, do I decide to put gravel in it or not? Yeah, it's a big decision, isn't it? Very big decision. I think I want to do it. I want a tank with gravel. I haven't got one. They're all bare bottom. So the only problem is if I do gravel, we've got a bright blue backing, so it doesn't really suit a display tank as such. But I don't know. I want gravel in a tank. Oh, and I actually want to talk about something. Just let me open up a message so I can read back on it. And a fellow subscriber / a friend / PCS committee member has messaged me. And if you guys I've told you guys before, my Nibochromis linni, they have a red mark on their lips, and they all have it. They've had it for about 6 months, and I didn't really know what it was, and it didn't seem to be bothering them. So I did the naive thing of not doing any research on it. If we go back here, So my friend seems to think that it's bacterial sepsis, or I can't even say that word. Sep Septicemia or something. Anyway, it's typically in young fish and develops through them. My mate got it in his young rostratum, and I'm guessing I know rostratum are different to Linny Nibochromis, but they're both malawi predators. And the Linny are really finicky. So basically, he's tried to treat his rostratum, and I'm going to use that as my test too, because I really don't want to kill the Linny by accidentally medicating something that's not there. So if it becomes a thing, I'll definitely do a video on it, because um it'll be helpful for some people. It's a very distinct red mark. Um and basically I haven't seen it in any other tank, so it's definitely not contaminated across. But we're gonna have to do something about it after my friend finds out whether he can do something about it. James, welcome to the stream. Have I had any luck selling flower horns? Yeah, so I've got someone coming to pick up 2 today. It did slow down. Obviously, when I sold about 8 in a week was it April, and then I had none for sale. I'd sold all that I had available, and then I needed to groom the next lot. And then I got the spout of white spot, and I didn't want to. I sort of had a break from advertising any fish at all. The whole room, I didn't let anyone buy any fish, and now I've cleared all that up. I need to start grooming some again. The 2 I'm selling today will probably be the only 2 I'll have to sell for at least like 3 to 4 weeks. I do have a couple that are probably only 3 weeks away, but it's only like 2, so it's not going to be big numbers. There's a couple in the IBC. Now I've got the windows. There's a couple in the IBC, specifically like 2, that I could probably pull out of the IBC and sell within like 2 weeks. Like they're popping in the IBC, in the big group. So there's actually one that I was thinking about keeping, but I've already got 5 that I'm keeping, so I shouldn't keep more. Future plans are, all right. So maybe a bit of a live stream exclusive. I'll tell you what I'm doing. It's not really public knowledge, but it's not a huge secret. My friend Zach has a clown. What do you call it? No, I was about to say clown knife. He has a classic camphor. So it's first generation Viha cross flowerhorn. So if he breeds that and gets a couple of girls, my plan is to breed the girls with the F1 Charles boys. I still want to, even though I lost Elsa, I still want to chase camphor. And if I do chase camphor, that'll be pretty much a project with Zach. So Super Red Dragons, I'll probably do my own thing, but anything camphor related, it's going to be with Zach. And I don't know, short term, I don't know what I'm breeding. I've got 2 girls with 2 boys, and neither pair is getting along. So the Charles Gar that I've got up the top 5 foot is old enough to breed, because Zach actually bred his brother, so they're definitely breeding age. It's just he's not mature enough, and yeah, like the girl dropped her tubes and he just attacked her. He didn't know what to do, so he'll grow up eventually. I wish I could go in the room and show you as I talked about it, but I'm so frustrated, guys. How long has it been? So the last stream I was complaining about it, that was not 2 weeks ago, that was 4 weeks ago. So I haven't had Wi-Fi in the shed for probably 8 weeks, 7 weeks. And the worst thing was the Wi-Fi wasn't actually damaged by the fire. The Wi-Fi was damaged by the cleaner that came to clean after the fire. Yeah, not cool. And it's the sort of it's that expensive. I don't just want to go buy another one and then have a spare, you know. It's definitely not a necessary to have two. Should we get some more sharing done, guys? I only shared it a couple of times. What have we got? 13 people. That's definitely my fault for not posting, what do you call it? Scheduled posts. So Zen, I've got Wi-Fi in my house through the modem, which is down there, my phone's on Wi-Fi right now, but I don't have, it doesn't reach even my backyard. It's just like the standard, I keep turning my monitor off. There's a loose cord somewhere, guys. What happened? I don't even know. I can't read the comments for like 2 minutes. Well, not 2 minutes, 1 minute. Oh, not even 1 minute. I can read them now. So basically I've got a cable running up through my roof, and then the Wi-Fi was actually under the patio, and so it was actually that strong. I could get Wi-Fi 7 houses down at the end of my cul-de-sac. I knew it was going to be quite powerful. I didn't realize it was going to be that powerful. So I don't know how many of the neighbors are actually were hacking into it. Probably none, but you would hope. And it was specifically to try and get Wi-Fi in the shed, and it worked, but it still wasn't great. But Dina, can you please give me a load? What does that mean? But we'll get our Wi-Fi back up and running. For anybody who caught my old live streams or me popping in to like Blake's channel and stuff, you would have seen like when I walk out to the shed, it freezes and then reloads. That's because it has to switch Wi-Fi's. But we can't switch anymore, so it just runs out where it used to freeze. Dina, do you mean a hammer? A wrench? I mean, is oh, that's cool, Pan. It's fish keeping. I hate how. Why did they change? It sucks how you can't click on the person anymore and go to their channel. Boo YouTube for that. Inspired you to start a YouTube channel. That's really cool. I've been getting so many just like random messages in my inbox and stuff lately saying, hey, thanks for the videos. It's so heartwarming. They mean the world to me. It's a surreal feeling. Yeah, I've had one dovey. It was only one male, but I haven't bred them. So I actually got recognized in Bunnings the other day, guys. Some guy was like looking me down, and I was like, what's this bloke doing? Like staring at me. Weirdo. And then he came up and he was like, I'm a huge fan of the channel. And I was like, oh, I feel so bad that I was just thinking this guy was a weirdo just staring at me. Turns out he wasn't staring. He was obviously just trying to figure out if it was really me or not. It's the first time I've been noticed in a non-fish related circumstance. Like, I thought on your GB. So my GB is in a tank with 4 other boys. You've got to remember that he's not gonna pop. I'm actually trying to sell one of the boys next to him because he's bigger than him, so he dominates him. The GB, it's a cool fish, but at the moment I really am trying to concentrate on F2 from Charles. There's no it's a marathon, not a sprint. So the fact that he's not pumping in that tank, I'm not losing any sleep about it, and it doesn't bother me at all. When I got him, my friend had his brother, and from the day he got the brother, mine was definitely less developed than his. So it's definitely, the one I've got is definitely not one of the more developed ones from the batch, if that makes sense. So like, if you look at my fry, for example, the one that I gave to Zach is like 14 centimeters and breeding, whereas like I've still got ones in the IBC that are like 6 centimeters. So it's just at a different stage to a lot of other people's. Oh, and he's sharing a tank with a bunch of dudes. I wouldn't want to get my cock out with 4 other dudes in the room. K for cock, not C for cock, guys. Get it. Get your mind out of the gutter. Oh, we need to go to the Patreon. Oh, there's messages. Hello, who are you? We're not here for messages. Don't click on the messages. I really need to put a new photo on the Patreon. It's like a 20-year-old photo of the koi pond, and by 20, I mean 2 years. I was thinking about doing a couple of long-term member prizes, but really I need to talk to Ryan about it, because if I'm going to do long-term prizes, he has to ship them and he has to give me the prizes. But how do I find them again? Every time this happens, guys, I sit here for like 10 minutes trying to find the Patreons. Oh, I haven't got scissors. I made a mistake. Oh no. What are we going to do? It's not good. We might have to just tear the tickets, guys. I think the scissors are missing from the kitchen as well. Oh, I wish my computer's asking to restart. Oh, Bodgy, get ready for the comments to be flooded. Am I still selling the? I have a super nice batch back on. Oh, that would be cool. That's cool, James. Yeah, I'm going to sell the WH5000, but I need to set it up and make sure it works. So if you guys remember, it wasn't working, and then I pulled it apart and it started working. But obviously I can't sell it unless it's working. But I'm really hoping that I just had some silly airlock in it when it didn't work. But I just had it in my mind that I didn't like it, and I just wanted it off the tank. You know how sometimes you just get that way. I had to like put lubricant on taps and stuff, like it was leaking when I got it. I was just so frustrated with it. Not to say it won't be an okay filter for someone else, but it wasn't for me. Um, what made me get into fish keeping? My fiance. It's her fault. So when I was like 15, I had a 4 foot tank with like angels and gouramis and stuff in it. I had no idea what a nitrogen cycle was. I didn't do any research. I just had a tank with a little internal filter and a couple of fish. Um, it ran well. I never got huge deaths or anything, but I definitely don't think I really looked after it properly looking back on it. Um, I lived in Donsborough, so when I moved to Perth, I actually sold the tank. Oh no, I brought it with me, so I had it in Perth for a while. I ended up selling the tank for some reason when I was about 20. Um, so I had it for a good while, and then I met my fiance when I was 22, maybe. She said she moved into my house about when I was about 23, so maybe a year later. And then she said when she moved in, she missed her fish tank because when she moved in, she didn't bring her fish tank from her parents. And that tank is actually still set up at her parents. You guys might have seen it in a couple of videos. Um, so basically, she said she missed the fish tank. So I started looking on Gumtree for secondhand tanks and that. And then one of the guys at work was keeping discus, and he goes to me, "I saw this tank on Gumtree. It's not assembled. It's $800. It was my old 8 foot. So the tank was 8'7" by 2'7" by 2'7", and I bought it as a flat pack for $800, and then decided I was going to build a tank myself. So my missus asked me for another fish tank, and I built a 1,500 litre fish tank by myself with no experience, which is obviously the first thing you should do when you're getting into fish keeping. So technically my first tank was a 4 foot, but I like to say my first tank was the 8 foot because it sounds better. And then so I started collecting Africans. The 8 foot was running on canisters. Yeah, novice me put 1,500 litre tank on canisters. I think at one stage I had 4 canisters on it. And I got another tank built. I didn't build it. Paul at Morley Aquariums built it, and it was like 2 foot by 2'6" or something, by 2 foot high, and it was actually sideways, so it fit in the cupboard underneath. And then, so my plan was I start pulling colonies out of because in the display tank there was males and females. So I pulled out these albino grishaki, like 12 fish, and I bred them in there, and then it actually stemmed from there. And then I had fry, and I needed somewhere to put the fry. So then I found Tropheus, and then I ended up buying lots of Tropheus. That's a bit silly. And then, oh, man, stop flooding my chat with Jack Dempsey talk. So then I ended up building a 6 foot rack, six by 2 foot aquariums. That was my first rack, like breeding rack. All the rest of my tanks were like sitting on shelves and stuff. And that had Tropheus in it. And then I lost a heap of my trophies back then and swapped to Africans. At the time, I was like convinced I was looking after them the best I could. But looking back, I think I think it was temperature fluctuation that killed them because I used to just do 50% water changes straight from the tap in the middle of winter, and I'm pretty sure that's like because I just used to lose them randomly, and I think that's what happened. And for some reason, losing thousands of dollars worth of trophies didn't deter me from keeping fish. I actually remember in a group chat, um, I don't know if he's still here. Scott was here before. He might remember. In a group chat when the trophies were dying, I actually said, I think I'm done. I'm just going to keep my 8 foot and get rid of the breeding tanks. And I think I decided I would just put some Africans in there to just have something in there until I decided to sell them. And then I ended up keeping them. And then I got more trophies again when I moved house. Don't get trophies, guys. Um, but when I had trophies in this house, same thing. I was water changing out of the tap. It's looking back on it, it's the only thing that I can think of that was bad. And I ended up with like 12 colonies of trophies. I think I lost about 4 just randomly, and I ended up selling the rest because I just didn't want to deal with them. Peyton's Fish Keeping. I'll check out your channel. I can't click on your name and go to it, but we can search it. Oh, we're going to do the Patreon raffle, guys. Oh, I Googled it instead of putting it in YouTube. What's going on here? Okay, I'm going to go on your channel and I'm going to judge your channel by the thumbnails. Sound like a good idea? What's the time? Oh, we're 2 minutes overdue. Alright, so we're going to search this. Search it. I can't believe how much harder it is to find pages now. It's frustrating. Alright, so your channel's there. We'll come back to that. So now we need to do... Patreon names. I don't have scissors either, so MHJTB. If I just read them out loud, that'd be fun, hey? CCC JR JR JR. There's actually a fair bit of money sitting in the Patreon, guys. So if you are a Patreon, go on the Patreon and drop a comment about what you want me to do with the money. I'm thinking like maybe buying something that I can do a product review on, but like I want something that one of the Patreons wants to be a product review, if that makes sense. Oh, I just did it wrong. I almost gave Blair free tickets. We got a couple of new Patreons last week, which is cool. I don't know whether to like push the Patreon or not. I feel like a bit of a charity if I ask too much, you know. But I think I would definitely keeping the Patreon because I can do raffles like this you're getting a ticket to something, it's actually motivation for me to do a video on Monday, because Monday is actually the hardest day to vlog. So, because I'm a day ahead, so recording on Sunday can be a pain. So it works out alright all around. Is Xavier in the chat? He's normally here. Oh, yeah, Blake. Sometimes contradicting what I just said. Sometimes I do on a Sunday make a few vids, but the problem is I go riding, and riding doesn't make for good fish channel content. Oh, that's probably another reason I feel so shit. I went riding for a very long time yesterday. Longer than normal. The old 252 stroke really puts the hairs on your chest. Definitely almost lost it a couple of times, but I didn't die, so it's always a win. How can you gain the courage to talk on camera? Oh, I just realized what you meant. Like, sorry, my bad. I didn't realize you were replying to that. Hey Don, how are you? How do you? I don't know. You just do it. It doesn't take long to get used to it. I reckon only the first 10 videos I felt like that, and then it just disappeared. Public speaking, but I hate it. I'm actually nervous for my wedding just because I have to do a speech. This is coming from a guy that gets hundreds of views every day for talking, and I'm scared to talk in front of 100 people. It's crazy. Our Patreon raffles are actually getting worse. They're not even scissor cut anymore. They're just torn. This is what it's come to. I just read JH and think of JH Diesel. Not many of you will actually know who that is, but I'm sure some will. Let's just fix this. Tick it up a little bit. So where are you going, Blake? You said you're going out. Is there anything exciting? Did you see I did a call out on you the other day? I wondered if you were watching. Are you going to try the headphone challenge? I think I'm going to send it out to all YouTubers. The only problem is it's going to be a bit of an honesty system, because obviously if you've got headphones in, you can't hear them on the camera. It's not that hard, really. It's just funny. I entertain myself when I'm trying to do a challenge like that. Kind of like now, trying to go live while my head feels like this. It's a challenge. Alright, so we're 9 minutes behind schedule. People that are watching this after the stream are going to be thinking, oh, how much do I have to watch? Sorry guys, you've got to watch 9 minutes. We're still going to do the judging of your channel. Is it Panton? Yeah, Panton. Just by your thumbnails. So anytime I'm live and I look up a new channel, that's how I judge the channel, is by the thumbnails. So clearly I would lose at my own game because my thumbnail game is not on point. This is taking a while. I don't remember it taking this long. Like, normally you're up here to give away free fish food while I organise the Patreon raffle. No, you're banned from my live streams. No, you're not actually. Only joking. Is it so the playground with the kids? I've got to do that one day if I have kids. Is it hard to vlog when you've got kids? I can imagine it. I don't understand how you daily vlog with kids, Blake. We've still got James's comment pinned to the stream. If anyone's got something funny or exciting to say in the chat, put it up so we can pin it. I could just make my own comment and pin it. Where's the fun in that? Alright, dun 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 dun. Oh, it looks like we're going to be at least 12 minutes delayed on our raffle. Hopefully if somebody's scrolling through the replay, they'll see the little tickets and scroll forward to this moment. I'm thinking about doing a live stream on a weeknight, guys. I just haven't decided what night. Thursday nights would actually be the best for me, but I can't because that's Blake's time. But if you ever want to, maybe I could just go after Blake or something. I don't know. Oh, Blake, I didn't even let myself know I was on the stream today. You know this. You know, every time I invite you to the stream, it's at 3 minutes until 9. Alright. Eight o'clock. You record your videos after 8 o'clock at night. Oh, zebra plecos would be cool. I couldn't record videos after 8 o'clock. That's like nap time. Alright, so we've got our winner. Should we draw 2? I'm sure Ryan wouldn't mind sending out 2. I'm going to draw 2, guys. I've made a decision. I can't even open it. CB. Oh, Chev won again? This system's rigged. Nah, that's cool. You got to be in it to win it, and Chev's been there since pretty much the start, so definitely well deserved. I'm actually really struggling to even open these without tearing them. Imagine if it was Chev again. It's a C. I think it might be. Oh, it is. I'm going to disregard that one. Chev, you're only getting one thing. And the prize will be extreme aquatic fish foods, as usual, guys. Obviously, the best food in the country, so I only share the best with my Patreons. JH Diesel, nah. Jacob Harvey. So, I've always wondered, I grew up with somebody, Jacob Harvey, but I don't think it's this Jacob Harvey. But if it is, message me. Well, I'm going to talk to you anyway, so maybe I'll ask you. So, it's funny how, like, kind of semi-unrelated to that, It's funny how many people that I went to school with and stuff like got a fish tank because they like saw me posting on YouTube and stuff. And then I'll get like a message from somebody I haven't spoken to for like 10 years and they're like, "Hey man, can I buy some fish off you? I just set up a tank." And it's cool that even though there's people on your Facebook you don't talk to anymore, I've obviously still influenced them. Um, is zebra plecos very expensive where you are, Zen? I think the Nautilus got to the winner. He sent me the address and he never messaged me back asking where it was. He didn't even say a thank you actually. Why's my computer screen turned off? Alright. Something wrong with my computer monitor, guys. Is it the cord? Just keeps turning off. It actually feels like it's gonna fall over. Come on. It's completely lost power. Oh, now I've unplugged my phone. Okay. Oh, it's decided to turn back on. No thanks to me, it just randomly did. Might be in the market for a new computer monitor, guys. Wow, yeah, not cheap. So somebody last night, I was at a party, and they said that they had a zebra pleco, and I don't think it was a zebra pleco. You know when somebody, not newbies, but non-fish people. But I was trying to think what pleco looks like a zebra, but isn't actually a zebra pleco. But I'm not very good at plecos. So I've actually thought about getting some like L333 or L297, I think it is. Just some cheap ones to put in with the rainbows. There's plenty of wood in that in there. It's got tannins. I don't know how soft it is. It's hopefully a bit soft. So I might put some plecos in there. It's got the Tenates. Tenati? Yeah, I think that's it. Um, the Tenati keep hiding, and I have to move the wood around to make sure they're still alive, which is kind of annoying. You want to see them. I'm hoping just like one day all of a sudden they pop out, but we'll see. So Panton's fish keeping. He's got 4 videos up. Uh, he's got 5 subscribers. Let's make it 6. I'll drop his channel in the comments. So 180 gallons. So I'm guessing that you're in America or somewhere not Australia. But in saying that, sometimes I put gallon in a title just to like share it with the world, sort of thing. Dover grow out tank community American cichlid community. Wrong way around. American cichlid community. I wonder if that's the same tank or if that's a different tank. So looking at this, bro, I think you just need to start talking to the camera, record it. It doesn't mean you think of it like this. You can record a video and you don't have to post it. Just record the video and watch it back yourself. And I think if you record a video and don't have the intentions of putting it on your YouTube, then it might be a little bit easier and just a way to get used to it. I don't know. You'll get there, bro. That's for the small ones. Yeah, right. So I don't know. We should buy some catfish. Maybe the patrons can buy me some catfish. The problem now is I can't buy anything on Gumtree. Or not that I can't. Is dead, guys. It's actually dead. So I posted 2 flower horns on Gumtree. I paid for the ads now that they've changed the rules, and I didn't even get a lowball. Like normally, if I post like a $500 flower horn, I'll at least get a message saying like, "Would I take 150?" And I giggled to myself. I used to get pissed off at it, but I guess you can't. There's no harm in asking. But um, so the $1 per ad has killed Gumtree. Not from my perspective, because I don't care about paying $1. The fact that there's only like 3 to 5 ads going up every day means that the actual platform is dying full stop, because who's going to go look through a list of 5 ads a day? MeWe is taking off. I should really drop a link to that, but the link's on my phone. My phone's up there. I gotta get a webcam, guys. I gotta stop buying motorbike parts and get a webcam. I don't want to spend the Patreon money on a webcam. I haven't got them. The Patreon money is for something more special than a webcam. Yeah, so there's no catfish on Gumtree. Yep. So, yeah, Gumtree's dead. I'll get the. How do we get the MeWe link? I don't really. Is there anyone in Perth in the chat that actually wants the MeWe link? Because it's only a Perth page, so I don't think there is. Should we try get a guest? Let's try get a guest. Where's my chat? Where's my group? Oh. It's wrong link. I just went to share the what do you call it? Maybe this side. Yeah, invite. Thank you. If anybody in the chat wants to jump up, let me know. I don't really want to type the link in the chat on YouTube, but I can send it to you via Messenger or something. Yeah, so what do you reckon then? Should I get some catfish? I've got a tank for it. As long as, I don't know if the West Africans, the Tenati, would actually try attack the catfish, but I need to try again. Basically what happened was I got some L333s and L297s, and I'm not sure why, but both groups died. I'm guessing they died within a very short period of time too. I kind of think, I don't know why they died actually. The tank was on CO2. It was pH controlled. It was automatic top ups. It had shrimp in it, and it was like 12 bays of tanks, and I put the catfish in 2 bays down the end, and both groups died. And then I think I bought L333 for a second time from a different source, and they died in the same tank. So I gave up on catfish. Get cockatoo catfish. Yeah, but then they eat the eggs and do all that funny business. But yeah, I do actually like cockatoo catfish. I don't know why I've never had them, but it does fascinate me that they have like a host fish and stuff. It's really cool. Yes, get all the catfish. The only thing I worry about getting catfish is you never see them. But I guess I never see my Tenardi, so it would be no different to that. West African cichlids are so different to Central African cichlids. Are they Central African or North African or East African? I don't know. Oh, got a cramp in my hand. I don't know. I just skipped out for an easy. This past 10 minutes. Okay. Um. Oh, I was actually talking to Panton. I was just saying, if you missed it, record a video that you're not planning on putting on YouTube and just watch it back and do that a couple of times. Without the pressure of thinking that you're going to be uploading it, it might be easier to get used to the camera. I was looking at your channel. I can't. We can actually screw it. We can watch the videos. We'll just play it in the background. I'll commentate the video. You guys can't even see it. I don't know how to send it to there, so sorry guys. I'm not as quite as illiterate computer literate as Blake's Aquatics. He would know what to do in this situation. Oh, there's a flaw in my plan. I can't hear whether you're talking or not. Oh, Dovey grow out with honey gouramis. That's going to be breakfast. I'm pretty sure you would realize that, unless it ends up like Bodgie's tank, where you just end up with this peaceful monster fish. I still think he restocks the neon tetras every night, but we'll believe what he says, I guess. Share the screen. Picture. No, not that one. It's a square with an arrow. On YouTube or I'm trying, guys. A square with an share screen. Probably that. Screen sharing with two monitors. Don't show. I don't want your tips. Select a window. Screen. There we go. Allow. Alright, so thanks, Blake. Bit of live action. Blake teaching me how to share my screen. It's a little bit slow. Sorry, guys. My computer is actually not that great. Those little dovey are so cool. Sometimes you forget how small big fish are at some stages, you know. But yeah, those gouramis are going to be dinner. I'm waiting for Bodgie to pipe up in the comments and tell me no, they won't be dinner. I love how strong the black line is. With the flower horns, you're always looking for that script. So I I tend now to look at other American cichlids and pick out the traits that I would like in a flower horn, if that makes sense. It's bad. It's ruined every other cichlid for me. I look at like a snook and I'm like, oh, it's so beaky, it's gross. No, snooks. I really want to get red-based snooks again. They were one of my favorites. I had a breeding pair, just never got a successful batch out of them. Between the eggs getting eaten and infertile eggs, and just me missing the eggs because they were in a high tank, and it needs to stand on a step to see them. But hint, the new display tank 9-foot display in the fish room will have Americans in it. Oh, I'm trying to press cancel on the wrong screen. I hope you don't mind that I'm sharing your videos on my stream, man. Oh, so what I said before, so you've obviously already got multiple tanks. That's the first step into becoming a YouTuber. You need at least 20 tanks and a complete obsession of fish to be a YouTuber. No, I'm just joking. You don't need 20. Look at Aquamate go. He's got, I don't want to, I think he might have 7. He's got more now, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, his channel's pumping, and he doesn't have a massive room like me. I actually like his little setup where I love how he where he sits. He's got like the PS4 and that behind it. I'm a bit jealous of his shed actually. It looks like a real cool man cave. Oh, what happened to that guy? He got attacked when he was younger, maybe? Good old Americans. As long as he can still eat, I'm sure he doesn't look skinny, so let him go. Uh, so one thing, I don't know if I said it on the channel, guys. Speaking of Oscars, I actually gave the Oscars a full bay in the Stingray trough. So the Oscars now have like 7 foot by 3 foot by 2 foot. So hopefully one day we get eggs from them. I'm not heavily pursuing breeding them. If they breed, they breed. If they don't, they don't. But it would be cool to breed Oscars. It's such a common fish that I've never even thought to breed before. So I was like, maybe I'll give it a go. Yeah, just as I suspected, the gouramis weren't really a permanent tank mate. Oh, we just got a message from Sheps Aquatics, and he said I can throw one of his videos up. Oh, if you're listening, Shep, link one that we can watch that's not a lot of talking, because we can't hear it. Can you guys hear it? No, I don't think. I'm not sure. You thought the jag was going to die, and then he came good 2 months later. Yeah, a broken jaw doesn't always kill a fish. I had the moray eel with the full broken bottom jaw, and he was eating and fine. It's just that the prolific jumpers, and he got out of the where I had him, and I don't even know how. I really don't. I had like sponges in the corners and everything. And anyway, point being, he had a broken jaw, and the broken jaw didn't affect his eating. I obviously couldn't feed him pellets. He couldn't chew, but he was on fish chunks of fish and live blackworms. All right, so Sheps Aquatics is finding me a video for us to have a chat about on the channel. If you're not subscribed to Shep, get over and have a look, because he's doing what I should have done. I know I've said this in a fair few videos, but he's vlogging the build of his room. And as you guys know, that's one of my regrets, is I didn't film building my room. So oh, look at this. Everybody in the chat's teaching me how to use StreamYard. So that is Sheps Aquatics link, which is the video we're about to have a chat about. You need to check the audio box at the bottom left share screen. I wonder if I can hear it then. Probably not, hey? Because I'm not. Oh, yeah, I would be able to hear it. This could work. So I've actually been talking to Shep a little bit. I want to do a video with him that's not actually live, just a offline recorded video. And I just want to rip into one of his videos, like matey mate, like have a laugh about it. And then I want him to do it to one of mine, like just for a bit of fun. Why not? uh, I just think it'd be funny. Not anything too mean, just a bit of a laugh, bit of a troll. Punched on with a super red dragon. Maybe you should. I don't think you should have sold the super red dragon, unless it was crap quality. Then coal. No, I'm joking. Just I guess you can't sell a fish with a broken jaw, so it's pretty quick to choose which one you keep. Some fish, it's just insane. They make miraculous recoveries. If you're an old timer on the channel, you would have seen Trooper, the flower horn. She was actually called Trooper because she got attacked and she had fungus on like 70% of her body, and she survived somehow without any scarring either. So that's how she got the name Trooper. And then I've had like flower horns have a fight, and they get one bite mark on the side of their face, and it gets infected, and then they die. And it's like, sometimes you never know whether a injured fish is going to survive or not. Shep's not giving me a video. We're gonna have to find one ourselves. How do I go to all videos? Jump on and subscribe, guys. Let's get him up. I'm gonna start pushing his channel more. Hopefully we can. I want to try to get him to 500 subscribers. I feel like I should watch a couple of these off camera as well, because there's a couple of topics here that I haven't watched. Alright, I'm just gonna go to the first video. I think for him this might be a bit cringeworthy. He'll be like, "Oh, why did I make that video?" But this is fully changed now from what I've seen. The whole shed's been turned upside down because he's trying to make the new room. Jags are illegal in your state. Wow. So I find it bizarre how different. Oh, where do you live? Sorry, I was about to say how different different states are, but I think you might be in a different country, not just Australian state. We're meant to be judging Shep's video. We shouldn't judge this one. It was his very first video. I wonder, has he still got these tanks? I think he does, but they're just pushed down the other end of the shed. Where's the audio box? I don't know. Oh, really, Blake? You think New South Wales is going to ban them? I can't find the audio box. Get rid of the pinned comment. I don't know. Just a moment of silence while I look for what to click on for the sound. And check it. So if we go share screen, didn't come up with an audio box. Oh well. How's the yellow gravel? I wonder what fish is in there. I can't hear, so I can't say what fish it is. Now the chat's ganging up to try and help me. So select a screen, allow. No, I can't find it. I'm just not good enough. If I read it again. I'm just not very good at this game. I'm missing a step. So I remove it from the... So I click share screen. And it comes up to select which window to share. It's on the bottom left. Sometimes I feel like throwing this computer in the toilet. It's actually quite old. It still plays games like the latest games, but when it comes to multitasking, it doesn't cope. It's weird, like, because it's got a good graphics card in it, but the computer itself is old. So like, it's got plenty of processing power when you're playing a game, but when there's high demand on the processor, it doesn't do well. That was a bit of a fail, guys. Shep's telling us what's in the tanks while we're there. Drop a comment, Shep. Are they all still pushed down one end of the shed? Is it still the same tanks, or have you changed the tanks out? I haven't seen it since you first moved the shit out of the way. And shit out of the way. That's a good description. And you were showing all that steel that you had outside. Reach through the screen. Yeah, come. Well, Blake, it's actually even though you say that, you can do remote screen sharing. So, but I think setting up the remote screen would be more work than trying to figure out which box to tick. So, in my current mental state, I think it might be a fail. Yeah, same tanks and added more. Yeah, I thought you still had all the same ones. I've got to go over and catch your rearrangement and update video that you posted the other day. It actually says next up right there, but we're not going to watch it now. Oh, so I think I might jump off, guys. What do you reckon? Actually, it's nearly 10:30. Ryan's going to be here any minute. And then someone else is going to be here any minute. And then someone else. I think I've got like 3 people coming in within a 1-hour window, and I have to like make conversation and pretend that my brain is working correctly. I guess the only thing of keeping busy after a big night is you don't feel as shit. At least I'm not feeling sorry for myself on the couch, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what I'm missing. My brain's just not working. I'm sorry for that. I'm guessing is it a step before I even go live? I'm not sure. But anyway, guys, who won the Patreon? Chev and Jacob, swing me a message. If not, I'll message you on Patreon, I guess. And I'll chat. And guess when Ryan gets here today, I'll have to tell him that he has to send out 2 batches of food. I've just kind of presumed that he's willing to donate 2 this month instead of 1. I'm sure he'll be fine with it. I'm actually excited to get the new fish off him. I think you guys will be excited. If you made it this far into the stream, screw it. I'll drop it. I'll tell you what it is. We're doing a mixed Viha tank. Viha. And the reason we're doing that is just so you guys can see me struggle on pronunciation every time we talk about the tank. No, that's not why. So Hood's Fishies, I think is that his official channel name? A fellow Pertharian. Yeah, Hood's Fishies. So he gave me some Zotanus instead of getting a fish. VAR. I give up. You don't even need to type it, Blake. I've literally YouTubed how to pronounce it, and I just always go back for some retarded reason. Sorry, I shouldn't say that word on a live stream. So that's Hoodie's Fishies channel. He's actually donated. What was that noise? A heap of Zatanus, and then Ryan has got 2 types for me. I can't remember what they are right now. Seem to be saying I can't remember what fish I have quite a bit lately. So funny. The other day I made a video and I was talking about the fish, the fry, and like one of my friends like sent me a message and like wrote a list of all the fish that I hadn't pronounced. And I was like, oh hey Chev, you won. You won the Patreon again. So I've just got to go through my messages and find your address. Well, I don't even need to go through my messages. Ryan can go through my messages to him and he can do it. What was I saying? I don't even remember. It's gone. Oh yeah. So I just sent him back a screenshot of my notepad with all the names written in it. But yeah, it's pretty funny. Like when I make a video and I don't say the names of the fish, don't think I don't know what they are. I just can't be bothered pausing the camera, turning the camera off, and looking at my phone, and then putting the camera back on. So sometimes when I'm just in the moment, I just don't say the name of the fish. And the I can't even remember what they're called now, intermedius or whatever they are, is a prime example of a fish that I have to keep looking at the name. Um, G'day Valley Fish, I think I missed you there. Oh, I'm spewing. I'm just about to close it up, Chevy. I will say to you, now that you're here, Chev, sorry about last fortnight not going live. Oh, Danny's here. Yeah, I'll just reiterate what I said at the start. Sorry I didn't go live last fortnight. I worked 7 days straight. I worked a lot of hours in those days, and unfortunately, my YouTube channel suffered. With you might have noticed the drop in content. And I forgot it was my week to go live, and I made the mistake of not only not going live, I didn't find someone to fill my time slot, which I'm a bit disappointed in myself for that, but it's done now. Oh, Sandy's here. Did Fish Room Fever just sign off or something? What? It's 10:30 a.m. or 10:25. So I got home at 3 a.m. and then set my alarm for 8:45 in the morning. So that's why I'm like this. But I missed last fortnight's stream, and I didn't want to miss two in a row. So even though I feel like this, I wanted to go live because it was no excuse not to do my live stream. What do you look for quality in electric yellows? The main thing for me is like the deep yellow and not the two-tone with the white underlay. But there's actually wild caught electric yellows with that two-tone. But as far as electric yellows captive bred, I would say, yeah, you want that solid yellow, not the white belly. And generally some nice solid black lines. The ones that I'm trying to line breed at the moment, they do lack the black line, but I'm breeding. I've been selecting more because of the body color than the black lines. I'm actually worried that my electric yellows are getting a bit too deep yellow. Some of them are almost orange. So I've been line breeding for that deeper yellow, and I think I've gone a little bit too deep. Good aim over TV. I don't know if I've seen you on the channel before. Did we get a shout out somewhere? Good day, Griffin's Fish Room. Oh, we've been going for an hour and a half. I don't know if we're stomping into anyone else's time slot. I hope not. Oh, I feel bad closing the stream now. A few people have just rocked up, but Ryan's coming over to talk official business. You know, official page sponsor is coming to the house. I really should go open the fish room door and let some fresh air in there before he comes. I get a little bit embarrassed to take people in there when it's like as humid as it is. So when people come over, I'll try to leave the door open for 15 minutes, even though it is detrimental to my power bill. But generally, if someone's coming over to buy fish, I'm getting money from them, so it doesn't matter if we have a bit of a spike. Get Ryan on the stream. I can't remember what time I told him to come over. If I had my Wi-Fi dongle, I could go in the fish room with him and like he could give you guys his perspective on the fish room. I better have it by next fortnight, otherwise I'm going to chuck the shit. Let's see what time I told him. I don't know how punctual he'll be. Oh, he's coming at 11, so we've still got half an hour. 4G. No, Blake, I don't get mobile signal in my fish room. Turns out it's as insulated as an armadillo helmet. Yeah, Blake, it's not even the fact that I don't care about using the data. I just simply can't actually use my phone in the fish room. It does my head in. I hate it. So like the main one that gets me is like I'll be in the fish room and I take a photo and I try and upload it on Facebook, and that like I do that more often than not, and it drives me insane. But I really should just run an Ethernet cable out to the shed. But I just want my Wi-Fi dongle back. The stupid cleaner broke it and it made me sad. I also want to put a Wi-Fi camera up in the shed, and I can't do that without my Wi-Fi dongle. But anyway, guys, it's been like 15 minutes since I said I was checking out, so I really am checking out this time. We got up to 22 viewers. That's pretty good considering I didn't actually schedule the stream. I think next fortnight isn't a Patreon raffle, so we'll come up with a subject. I want to do a subject live stream. As for a weeknight live stream, yeah. So fishing cartel. That's what I'm saying. So I can't stream in the fish room at the moment because my Wi-Fi got damaged, and I get no mobile signal in the fish room. So anybody who caught my old streams, when I used to go in the fish room, you'll see the camera actually froze for like 5 seconds. That was actually my phone switching Wi-Fi's because of how much of a bomb shelter my fish room is. So that's my problem. By next fortnight, it should be back up and running. So maybe we'll do a fish room tour in the next stream. Who knows? Maybe Blake will come up and he can ask me questions about the room that I wouldn't think of, if that makes sense. But anyway, if you haven't hit the like button, give it a thumbs up, guys. It really helps. I'll see the Patreons tomorrow. I don't know what we're seeing the Patreons with, but we'll see the Patreons. And I'll see everybody else on Tuesday. Peace out.